Hello, my Basset Hound friends and my sex pie kitties. Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here, with another brand new re-ranking of the main studio albums. And yes, the band I'm re-ranking now, because they just released their new one like months ago. And the band is called Terror, if you guys remember, for a few years ago. God, it's been the first time I ever ranked Terror on my channel before. And, God, that's like a few years ago when I first ranked it. Yeah, it's been a while. And yeah, they just released their new one like a few months ago, and I'm gonna cover it now on my channel. I'm excited to re-rank this band again, and it's been a long time, Tara. It has been, and yeah, their ninth latest one just came out a few months ago, and I'm gonna talk about it and tell you my thoughts on it. And I have a different opinion a few years later, and I'm excited to do this. But enough with the comments about this. But yes, Terror is a hardcore punk thrash metal band, just to get that out of the way. But anyway, let's get started ranking all 9 of the Terror albums, main studio albums, worst to best, in my own controversial opinion. And here we go. My number 9 for me is my least favorite out of all of them is the 25th Hour. Yeah, out of the 9, this one's my least favorite Terror album. It really is. Out of the 9. I found this one to be boring to me, to be honest. Yeah, to me, this is their most boring one out of the 9, in my own opinion. But few songs I like is the 25th Hours, the opening, No Time for Fools, Trust No Face, Sick and Tired. Those are the only few songs I did like overall, but yeah, out of the 9 main Terror albums, this one's just my least favorite out of all of them. That's going to be my number 9 spot for me. It's going to be the 25th Hour. Number 8 spot for me is going to be Pain into Power. Yeah, my second least favorite. But I found this one to be freaking boring as well, to be honest. And I'm not a fan of this one either. But at least it's a little bit better than the 25th Hour. But still, this is my second least favorite Terror album. Songs I like, there's about 5 of them. So, Pain into Power, Boundless Contempt, Can't Let It Go, Can't Help But Hate, and lastly, On the Verge of Violence. Yeah, only 5 songs I like out of all those, but yeah, this turned out to be my second least favorite. It's just a boringly bad one for me. Very below average Terror album. And that's all I have to say about this one. My number 8 for me is going to be Pain into Power. My number 7 spot, and yes, this might surprise you, and it actually surprised me. I was hoping this would be a little bit better, but not really in this case. The album is called Still Suffer. Yeah, this is their latest one that came out a few months ago, and goddamn, I wanted this to be better, but it isn't. I was hoping so hard, but it landed into my number 7 spot for this one. I wanted this to be awesome, but not really. But I can have a decent enough time with it, I guess. So, songs I like is Erase You From My World, Promise Only Lies, Destruction of My Soul, Fear the Panic, Death of Hope, To Hurt the Most, and lastly, Deconstruct It. Those are the only few songs I like from it overall, and damn. I wanted this to be better, but it isn't. But it's below average for me, in my opinion. Number 7 for me is going to be Still Suffer. Alright, my number 6 spot for me is actually going to be Always the Hard Way, their second full-length release. It's okay, I guess. It's their second full-length. It's still an okay Terror album, to be honest. But it landed in my middle number 6 here. But still, below average Terror album in my opinion. I can have a decent enough time with it, I guess. Type 1. In my opinion. Songs this time, All for Revenge, Strike You Down, Always the Hard Way, Lost, Test My Convictions, Hell to Pay, and lastly, Hardship Belongs to Me. Yeah, only a few tracks, but this is just another decent Terror album in my opinion. another decent one, and it's their second full length too, main full length. And yeah, my number 6 spot for me is gonna be Always the Hard Way. Number 5, yes, I'm actually gonna say this. One with the Underdogs, their very first main full length. Yeah, this one. This one's above average first main full length debut of Terror. Yeah, pretty above average in my opinion. This is decently good, I guess, and this is in the middle of my ranking, but this is where they first debuted, their first main debut of this, but still, I have a little bit of nostalgia, but it's not high on my top 3 or anything, but it's here on my number 5, so don't worry. But I can have a decent, good enough time with this one. Anyway, One with the Underdogs, Keep Your Mouth Shut, Less Than Zero, Spit My Rage, No One Cares, Find My Way, and lastly, Enemies in Sight. Yeah, I know this is the OG of the Terror out of the 9, but it's in the middle. I can have a good, decent enough time with it overall. Number 5 spot for me is gonna be One with the Underdogs. Alright, my best home friends and my sexy pie cuties. All 4 of these Terror albums I do like, and also lick of approval here on out. These 4 Terror albums I actually really do enjoy from here on out, as I'm mixed in my least favorites of those ones, I can tell you that much. Sorry. My nose is itchy every frickin' time. I just don't know why. But anyway, yeah, I like these top 4 of the main Terror albums I do like. So here we go. Number 4 spot for me is gonna be The Damned, The Shamed. I really do like this one. This is actually a pretty good Terror album. The Damned and The Shamed. I really like this one. I like all tracks, all 13. I don't want to name all of them out for you guys since, yeah, I really do enjoy this one. I dug this one. Number 4 spot for me is going to be The Damned, The Shamed. Alright, my top 3. Number 3 bronze spot is going to be Keepers of Faith. Keepers of Faith is still good in my opinion. Back then when I first listened to this one, I still think it's pretty good in my opinion a few years later. It really is. I had a damn good time with Keepers of the Faith. That Terror did something good. So, damn good in my opinion. Keepers of Faith, awesome. I like all 13 tracks, so you guys know. Damn good one from beginning to end. Really good. Number 3 bronze spot for me is going to be Keepers of Faith. Number 2 silver spot, yes. And this one is called Live by the Code. Yeah, I still like the hell out of this one. This is why it jumped up all the way higher here. Goddamn, I still like this one, by the way. Another few years later, I do like this one still. Live by the Code is still awesome. I still listen to this one, and it made it to my top 3. And goddamn, I love Live by the Code album. I really do. It's really good in my opinion. And yes, I like all tracks from beginning to end. Number 2 silver spot for me, yes, is Live by the Code. And lastly, my number 1 gold medal spot here out of the 9 of the main Terror albums. That's what's changed differently ever since then. And you'll be surprised which one's my number 1 most favorite out of the 9. Which is Total Retaliation. Yes, Total Retaliation is my favorite out of the 9. Yes, this time a few years later. I really like this one the most. I really like the Total Retaliation album. And the album art cover looks pretty sick, in my opinion. Goddamn sick. And, goddamn, I like Total Retaliation more out of the 9. I really do, guys. This is, I think, in my own opinion, Terror's best album, in my opinion. And that is my number 1 gold medal favorite. And yes, I like all the tracks. Is definitely Total Retaliation. And there you go, my best sound friends and my sexy pie cuties. That is my re-ranking of the Terror albums. But still, they're a pretty cool hardcore punk thrash metal band. They really do. And damn, I had a different opinion on this years later. And I'm glad to revisit it for you guys, and because of their latest one that just came out a few months ago. And I'm done with that. And still cool band nonetheless because of the name. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Subscribe to me if you have not. Click the bell to get notified in all of my notifications. And yes, also like and share my re-ranking of the main studio albums of Terror, worst to best, so I get more views and more subscribers. And I'll see you, my best sound friends, and my sexum pie cuties on my next video. Seizure later.